Okay. My apologies, we have lost Berzine there. Hopefully he joins us again soon. But for our next story, we move on to the United States, where US President Donald Trump has announced that his administration will send Patriot missile systems to Ukraine. Speaking at Joint Base Andrews, Trump said Ukraine desperately needs them. He slammed Russian President Vladimir Putin for saying one thing and doing another, accusing him of bombing civilians. Trump did not specify how many Patriot batteries would be sent, but confirmed Ukraine will receive some. Let's listen in to the US president.
I haven't agreed on the number yet, but they're going to have some because they do need protection. But the European Union is paying for it. We're not paying anything for it, but we will send it. It'll be business for us, and we will send them Patriots, which they desperately need, because Putin really surprised a lot of people. He talks nice, and then he bombs everybody in the evening. So there's a little bit of a problem there. I don't like it.
He also recently approved weapons sales to NATO allies to support Kyiv. Trump is expected to meet NATO chief Mark Rutte this week. He has promised a major statement on Russia by Monday, including possible offensive weapons. We're now joined by our guest, Spencer Critchley, who's a communication strategist. He joins us from California. Thank you very much, Spencer, for joining us on the program. We've seen another U-turn from Trump once again. Spencer, how significant is it that Trump has decided to, in fact, send these Patriot missiles to Kyiv, and how might it change the balance on the battlefield?
Well, I think it's very good news, and it'll make a big difference. And I think the only person who is surprised by Vladimir Putin's behavior is Donald Trump. He has, of course, been warned that this is exactly who Vladimir Putin is all the way along, not just by Democrats, but by many of the Republican members of Congress who know anything at all about Russia and international affairs generally. And I'm sure he would have seen the warnings in his daily intelligence brief if he bothered to read those briefs, and if he hadn't been so busy purging people from the intelligence services who might dare to tell him the truth. That said, I think, this is finally the right decision after calling Zelensky, of all people, a dictator, and as the obstacle to peace, the head of the country that has been invaded, that is trying to become a democracy, a fully fledged democracy and an ally to the United States and the other Western countries. Trump has finally, after trying every other alternative, at least for today, made the right decision. And of course, Patriot missiles have a tremendous record of shooting down incoming missiles and will no doubt make a huge difference to Ukraine.
Spencer, Trump has accused Putin of bombing civilians now. How might this affect the rhetoric that's already tense currently? Do you think this is a permanent stance that Trump now has on Vladimir Putin? We have seen him change over and over again, and obviously one cannot tell what Donald Trump is going to do tomorrow. However, his new outlook seems to be that he is getting used to how Vladimir Putin works and is possibly learning about his true intentions.
Yes, and of course it's not just rhetoric, it's a simple statement of the facts dawning this late on Trump, that yes, Vladimir Putin bombs civilians. He's been doing that from the start in Ukraine, deliberately targeting residential areas, apartment buildings, hospitals, directing his troops to kidnap tens of thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands. It's unclear what the limit is here, of Ukrainian children, taking them away from their parents and placing them with families in Russia, where they then go through re-education to convince them that they're actually Russian children. This is a surprise, again, only to Donald Trump. It is who Putin has been all along. You can ask the people of Chechnya and Georgia. You can ask the people of Russia who dare to disagree with him. It's often, I think, a problem of the coverage of this issue that we don't step back and realize just what we're dealing with here. This is not a normal dispute between peer nations. Putin has returned Russia to really a place outside of civilization. He represents barbarism in the same way that Stalin did as the leader of the Soviet Union, in the same way that Hitler and Mussolini did on the Axis side. And I think it's extremely important not to just see this as a matter of trying to negotiate differences and giving a little here and taking a little there the way one would in a normal international dispute, even among very different countries with very different ideologies. This really is a battle over what the future of civilization might look like.
Yes, Spencer, thank you very much for your insight. You are staying with us to discuss the related